follow the will of the ancestors. Accept your calling, Descendant.
The Descendants are risking their lives for us, for Albion.
Rise, my warriors! Give your lives for Clipoff!
It's the Ironheart! This could wipe out all of the Vulgus, right? That's so cool!
Countless Descendants have shed blood to protect the sanctity of this great place. Despite their efforts, humanity is still at risk of extinction. And you are the only chance we have.
There's a Grave Walker.
AI is transforming the world, and computer graphics is no exception. 5 years ago, we introduced DLSS, which revolutionized graphics with better speed and better image quality through artificial intelligence. Since then, the AI model behind DLSS just keeps learning, with new capabilities such as frame generation, increasing rendering speed by up to 4x with excellent image quality. Today, neural rendering takes the next big step forward with DLSS 3.5. DLSS 3.5 improves ray tracing with a new AI model that is more accurate and more beautiful than traditional rendering methods. Let me show you how. First, we need to understand how a ray-traced image is computed. The game engine has the materials and geometry for the scene, but that doesn't tell us how the scene looks because we haven't computed how all the lighting interacts with the scene. To compute the final image with ray tracing, we send rays into the scene to interact with the lighting and geometry. But we can never send enough rays into the scene to understand exactly how the scene looks, because there are so many pixels and because the rays don't distribute themselves evenly throughout the scene. There's always holes in our understanding of every scene. Even offline ray tracers have to deal with this problem, and we do this by using denoisers. There are multiple kinds of denoisers for every frame that are combining information across pixels in the frame by blending them together, and across multiple frames by accumulating information in order to come up with our best estimate of how the scene looks. Denoisers have a few common challenges. Denoisers accumulate pixels from prior frames, in effect stealing rays from the past in order to increase detail, but they do so at the risk of introducing ghosting and removing dynamic lighting effects. For example, here you can see ghosting that's introduced when the denoiser grabs information from the past frame in the wrong place. And you can also see in this example that the global illumination effects in this image were removed by the denoiser. Similarly, reflections can have lower detail because the denoiser blends information across the frame. The detail in this reflection was reduced because the denoiser blurred pixels together. These days, ray tracing is followed by upscaling, and that makes the job of the denoiser even more challenging because the denoiser naturally removes high-frequency information in order to make a smooth image. Denoising is a difficult task, and upscaling is a difficult task. With AI, we have the opportunity to bring them together and train one model that's able to use all the available information to solve both problems together. With DLSS 3.5, we are introducing Ray Reconstruction, which runs on all RTX GPUs to provide the best image quality for ray-traced effects by incorporating additional inputs from the game engine and a new AI model that does both super resolution and ray reconstruction at the same time. DLSS 3.5 is trained on 5 times more data than DLSS 3. This was necessary because of the diversity of ray tracing effects that the model needs to recognize and work with. We've trained this new DLSS model to recognize many different ray tracing effects to make smarter decisions about temporal and spatial information reuse, and to retain all the high-frequency data that's necessary for high-quality upscaling. Ray reconstruction is smarter than denoisers. The DLSS AI is trained on a huge data set of images created using an offline rendering process with far more computation than could be available in real time. The AI then recognizes certain patterns that correspond to effects such as global illumination, and uses information from its training process in order to reconstruct a more realistic and dynamic image. DLSS ray reconstruction generates higher quality ray-traced images. For example, here we're comparing DLSS off to DLSS 3.5, and you can see that DLSS reduces ghosting and improves the dynamic lighting. You can see reflections can be much sharper using ray reconstruction, even in movement. Creative applications have a wide variety of content, which is challenging for traditional denoisers because they need hand tuning for each scene. As a result, you get suboptimal image quality when previewing a new scene in a creative app. With DLSS ray reconstruction, the AI recognizes all types of scenes, and so you can get much higher image quality when you're previewing a scene before committing to a final render. Altogether, DLSS gives you several AI-powered options to increase performance, enhance image quality, or both. It's all possible thanks to the specialized tensor cores in every RTX GPU. Let's see how it all comes together. We have a scene from Cyberpunk 2077 in RT overdrive mode. It's beautiful, but it's not playable without AI to improve the experience. We start by enabling DLSS Super Resolution. DLSS Super Resolution reconstructs a 4K output from a much lower resolution input and provides a huge performance boost and great image quality. But we can do better. Next, we turn on DLSS Frame Generation, which analyzes sequential frames in order to create additional frames that further increase smoothness. Finally, we can turn on DLSS Ray Reconstruction, which further improves image quality for ray traced effects, and in this scene also improves FPS just a bit. The reason that can sometimes happen is that we're replacing multiple denoisers with one AI model. In general, the speed of games using ray reconstruction is going to be about the same as the speed of games without. 5 years ago, we started a revolutionary journey to redefine graphics with neural rendering and artificial intelligence. DLSS has come a long way in 5 years, and today's most immersive and realistic experiences now rely critically on the power of AI. Yet the transformational impact of AI is just getting started. We can't wait to see where we'll be 5 years from now.